I want a happy ending. Please get together. Hello, back again. Another day, another video. You'll have to forgive my lack of outfits. They're gonna be the same outfits on repeat. As you may have guessed or may know, I'm currently living in Thailand. I don't have my full wardrobe access, so do apologise, but I promise all my clothes are washed and clean. Don't worry, don't worry. Today marks a week, well, actually I think technically yesterday, but today marks a week since we've been posting a video every day, and I will say I'm enjoying it. It has helped the growth. We've hit 50 subscribers, which may not sound like a lot, but it's definitely a target of mine. So I want to aim for 50, now I want for 100. So it's all about progress. Obviously I get better as I do these videos more, so the practice is great, even with making thumbnails, which is not my favorite thing, and I try to keep them simple and authentic to me. I feel like it's going well. I will continue to post daily. There might be the odd day where I might have a slightly different type of video, could be a shorter video, could be a vlog, anything. So we're gonna kind of just keep making different videos that pop into my head and see how it goes. That being said, today we're gonna have a chill, sit down, little chat, and I always see these videos that talk about book tropes, ranking book tropes, and to be honest, one, I don't really know how to do that. I'm not the best tech whiz. And number two, I also just feel like I can't rank them because I like them for different reasons in different situations. So I thought, let's just have a chat about book tropes. This also gives the opportunity for people to comment their favorite book from those book tropes down below. So I'm always open for some recommendations, and I would love to try new books. If there are any of your favorite tropes in here, be sure to comment your favorite books in those tropes. So without further ado, let's move on. Fun fact, I have tried to film this video once before, but it was on a day where I was really not feeling the whole YouTube vibe, so I ended up deleting the whole video. So hopefully I will like this one. So let's start off with arguably my favorite. Again, I said I don't know if I can rank them, but it would probably be the one that I gravitate towards the most. So we have a little enemies to lovers moment. I feel like we love that, you know, there's the angst, there's the tension, there's the build up, there's normally success at the end. So you get a bit of everything. You get that like hatred for each other, but you also get the love. I just think for me, it's one of those tropes that ticks all the boxes, and we also love it a little bit more if we do get a little one bed trope in there with the enemies to lovers. That's quite a good combo because you're feeling it, feeling the tension. They hate each other, they don't want to be together, and it's like, oh, sorry guys, gotta share a red. Let me know what you think on this one. My hair is crazy today. This is what happens when I wash it the day after, so do forgive me, alright? Next we have forced proximity. This trope is good, but I feel like it has to be done in a certain setting. Some of the forced proximity books I've read before are ones like Serpent and Dove, which is a witch and a witch hunter. So it's got that kind of angst, enemies to lovers vibe again, but you also have sometimes this kind of vibe in the Bridgerton books. It's one of those that is a good one, is used a lot in romance. Oh, I should probably preface this and say these are predominantly romance tropes because that is what I read for the most part. I don't really know too many tropes in other books, so that is something I'm willing to investigate. So if you'd like to see this on a different genre, we can also do that. Incapable of love. This one's hit or miss for me because it depends how it's done. If it's in a way where it's like, who hurt you, and then you're kind of, oh, I can't love now, then fine. But when the character is just a bit wet wipey about it, it's not really my kind of vibe. Now we have kind of a little bit more of a fantasy romance vibe. So you have the fated mates. Again, very much depends on the series and the book. If it's done well, no spoilers, but of course I want to read the series. Check out those videos. I've been reading the series. I am obsessed with the books. I don't know if I like it all the time. It depends if the book's cringy. I feel like that's because also that used to feature a lot on Wattpad stories. So I don't know whether that's why, because I kind of associate it with that vibe. I will say extra brownie points if they're fated mates and they dislike each other intensely, not just the sort of, oh no, stop it, oh, we're mates, okay. In a way where there is a deep, intense hatred there, and you see the whole. You see, we've got a recurring theme here, enemies to lovers, within all of these tropes. So I think we have to declare that enemies to lovers is the top one, right? Next we have Grumpy X Sunshine. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. Now, this one I like, but it sort of depends on the characters themselves. Grumpy X Sunshine, yes, I like it if the characters aren't really cringy and annoying. I understand you're trying to talk about the contrast between, you know, normally the Sunshine character can be quite intense, and that is to pull the grumpy character out of their shell. However, if that character is really cringy and really like, then I'm less likely to like the plot. However, for example, in The Love Hypothesis, this is one of the book tropes included, and I really did quite enjoy that. So I feel like it's a pretty good one, middle of the road, that kind of vibe. Friends to lovers. Now, I don't think I've actually read that many books that are friends to lovers, and I feel like the ones I have read, I've been a bit like, okay, it's alright. I don't know if I get attached to it in the same way. There's some kind of angst or something that I want to see in there. I don't know whether the stronger emotions just give me stronger emotions. I don't know why, but I feel like friends to lovers, it's like, okay, but I feel like it'd have to be done really well. But thinking about it, I don't think I've read that many books in this trope. So if you have any friends to lovers recommendations that are good, let me know. Misunderstanding. Now, if this is done well, it is unreal. Like that drop in your gut when you're like, no, wait, what's happening? Because one of the characters is misunderstood. It's normally a very like disheartening moment for the character, and it just makes you like sink. And if that's done well, that drop is so good, because when you drop, it gives you the opportunity as the author to then build them back up. And I just think that if you can execute that and pull that off, I feel like there's quite a few moments in the Bridgerton books where this happens, and they always get me like, especially in Pen and Colin. So thumbs up from me. Marriage of Convenience. Now, I again haven't really read too many books in this trope. One that comes to mind is the second book in the Dreamland Billionaires trilogy, Terms and Conditions. I did enjoy that book. I haven't got anything against it. I don't think I've read enough of the trope to really have an opinion on it, but I feel like it would be one of those tropes that has to be done kind of cleverly, because you don't want it to feel too forced or too easy. It's kind of that middle in between. Let me know if you've got any recommendations, and I can get reading more on that trope. This next one, I've never read a book in this trope, but I really want to. It's the villain's perspective. I really want to read more books in this trope. That will probably be an upcoming video once I finish the A Court, Thorn and Roses series. I am well over halfway through the entire series, so it should be done hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I just need to actually dedicate some more time to reading, because with posting every day, I haven't been reading as much as I usually would, but I'm definitely gonna keep it up. I really want to read some of these books. So this one I can't comment on yet, but I will be able to comment soon. We're coming up to the final 5. So next we have Fake Relationship. This one is a hit or miss for me. Again, you see a recurring theme. If it's cringy and a bit, you never really believe that it was fake, then I feel like it hasn't done its job well. You need to have that moment where you have a drop or a misunderstanding, a drop in your gut, and something happens, and then they kind of realize they actually do like each other. And I think if that's done well, then I'm not opposed to the fake relationship. However, I feel like on the most part, it's not something that screams to me. It's not something that would make me pick up a book. Love triangle. It's one of those tropes. I haven't read too much on it. The stuff I have read has been a bit meh. It depends on the love triangle, because obviously you can have a love triangle where they all kind of intertwine, and then there's two characters that love one character, or they're all linked in a different way. But then sometimes you have the love triangle where this character loves this character, but then you've already got these two here, and this character doesn't actually love that character. Does that make sense? It can get a little bit confusing as to whether we're actually reading that trope or not. But I would say for the most part, love triangles, not really too bothered about it. I'm normally more invested in the characters, so adding a third character can be a little bit too much for me sometimes. It's a bit overwhelming, I guess. Chosen one, yeah, I'm a fan. Normally it comes in fantasy, Harry Potter, for example, those kind of books. Yeah, I definitely am I'm happy with the chosen one. It gives you the main character, it gets you attached to them, and you get to see their journey progress through the books. Yeah, I'm not opposed. It's a good trope. Now, these two last tropes I dislike with an intense passion. So the first one is they don't end up together. Come on now, I'm not silly. I know in real life sometimes people don't end up together. However, I'm reading a book. Okay, it's fictional escapism. Okay, it might be kind of realistic, but I want a happy ending, so give it to me. I have no interest in investing and pouring my heart out into a book for 400, 500, however many pages to then have, oh, they don't end up together. Come on now. You've literally just got rid of the entire plot you've been building up for that whole time. And to me, it just feels like a waste of time. Understandably, there's probably authors that have done this really, really well, and I maybe just haven't read their books yet. I am not here personally for the whole, we're not gonna end up together, because it doesn't make sense in my head. That's not what I'm reading the book for. Please get together. And finally, when the main character dies. Absolutely not. My worst trope. Hate it. I get what it's trying to do, I get the shock factor, and I get that it has the desired effect. It literally tears you apart, upset, everything. But again, that is not what I'm reading a book for, so I don't want to have my heart torn out. Thank you. And this may be a spoiler, but the Divergent series literally ripped me to shreds as a child. When I read that, I was so into the story. And the last book literally smacked me up. I can't even put into words how I felt at that time. I think that's the closest I've ever been to literally throwing a book across the room. And obviously we don't condone book violence, but it's not for me. So please don't do it, because I'm probably going to be less inclined, maybe even just outright refuse to read the book. That was my opinion on some book tropes. Sorry, it was literally just me chatting away, but you know, sometimes that's the vibe you're feeling. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow in the next one, as always. Like I said, I'm going to keep posting every single day. It's good for practice, good to try different types of videos, and good to engage with the people that are now coming along on this journey. Comment some of your favourite book tropes down below. It doesn't have to be in the romance genre. Don't forget to give this video a like, smash the like button, and subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you then. Bye!